Luke, what do you make of that?
Well, I think it's difficult to read too much into a game like this. It was our first one, and a few new faces, and some of the young guys come to help us out. But of course, we have to go through this process to play the 45 minutes for everyone, and I'm really happy that we came through it and some good performances. And anyone who didn't perform too well today is not a big problem for me. And now we carry on our progression through the pre-season.
As you say, there were a few young lads out there, but it did feel like there was an element of continuation, at least in terms of the style of play, the dominance in possession. It felt maybe a bit more free-flowing than the early pre-season games last year.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair to say. I don't think that we want to completely rip up everything that we done last season, and so we try to carry on. I think there will be some changes during pre-season for us to look at different options, but yeah, nice to see some similarities from where we left off, and with the new players looking like they can understand how to play with the other guys that have been here longer, so that was very pleasing.
Last time we spoke, we were hoping that Aaron Nemain was still going to be here. I thought he was excellent first half, and that link up with Dan Crowley looks very promising early on as well.
Yeah, I mean, the quality from Aaron today, his speed and his precision, and he's so direct, is incredible, and we're so happy he's with us now, so that was great. And then Dan looked like he understands how to help Aaron to do what he does, because he has great quality. Dan, we can see that already. You can manipulate the ball very well, and he's so agile, can move his body around the ball in a brilliant way. So I think that was a great exercise for those two in particular to play together and practice these type of routines.
Jim O'Brien scampering into the area as he tends to do, and with a fine finish as well.
He was class, and he's helping so many players already, as you would expect from Jim, but even to a different level, because of course this time last year we only just begin the process, but now with a season under his belt, a really good season, Jim is now helping people on a different level, and I'm so impressed with him, and I thought he was brilliant tonight. Macca
and Ked's off the mark, which is great, isn't it, in terms of confidence and continuation from last season?
Yeah, the typical goal that we love to see from Macca, that I can never stress how much it's more difficult than it looks, because the anticipation, and he never offside, and he control his anxiety, and then score from 2 yards, which is my favourite thing. And then Kedwin, with really the cannon foot, he can really generate so much power from very little, and he harassed the opposition as well in the same way that Macca did. They're so fortunate with two very, very good strikers.
Great to see David McGoldrick back in a Notts shirt. I'm sure the fans really enjoyed that, the ones that came down tonight. I thought he really grew into that second half, and his influence just grew and grew, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm so impressed with how he played tonight, because when you're David McGoldrick, I think you can take the ball and you can do whatever you want to do with the ball at any time. But he played within the structure of the team, and then as he started to find more space and feel more comfortable with the surroundings and where everybody is, then he started to show, really superb quality, and hasn't lost his pace. Of course, now we've seen how we shift away from players. He's so exciting as well. We're pinching ourselves with this one at the moment, but he played brilliant role for the team, and defending duty is incredible, and positioning brilliant, and the discipline with the ball to not do everything at once was brilliant.
Aiden Stone, the only player to play 90 minutes tonight. Obviously a quiet night in terms of shot stopping, but he still had plenty to do with his feet. Early signs, happy with what you've seen?
Yeah, it looks like Aiden has a very good range. He can hit the ball everywhere around the pitch. Some guys more prefer to kick with the right foot to the left side, and vice versa, but look comfortable to kick the ball in all areas of the pitch, and can generate a lot of power. And then I think just to be a goalkeeper, to have your foot on the ball 18, 20 yards from the goal and just remain calm is a different experience for the goalkeepers very often, but looked like he's comfortable to try to remain on the ball and wait for the right moment to make a pass. So this was a really good first glimpse of what Aiden can do.
You mentioned the young lads earlier, and I think it's worth just touching on a few of them there, because I thought, many of them playing maybe outside of their natural positions as well to help us out tonight. I thought there were some really bright performances out there.
Yeah, I did, and we talk a lot with the guys in the academy, with Dan and Craig, and every feedback we give them, always without any exception, in the whole season, last season, already now in pre-season, the feedback always is that the guys apply themselves in a maximum way. If they play good or bad in training is, some days good, some days, but the way they apply themselves is brilliant, and they're an absolute credit. And then, some really good performances. And when you're a young guy and you come in and you're on the same pitch with a guy who's a top goal scorer last season, with David McGoldrick, with you name them, for these young guys, these are pressure and some nerves there, and they handled that brilliantly.
I think it was five first-team players not involved tonight. I believe a few of them just have some knocks. Is that a case of just assessing them over the next couple of days and seeing how they can get back into pre-season?
Yeah, that's it. We had Jody with, of course, he had a bit more break than the others, and he just returned today. So it was brilliant to see him back, and he'd done some physical work, but was probably unnecessary for him to be on the pitch. We had Will Randall here with us, but he just jarred his ankle, and so he's very, very sore, but there's very little swelling. There's no panic on this one to try to, have a scan and this and that. We're happy. Sam Austin hamstring felt tight, but only tight. So we worried it can become something more serious. He didn't play. Aiden Baldwin picked up something in training that we're concerned we have to wait a little bit longer. So we wait now to see a better assessment. Junior, very similar. Julian picked up something in training, so we have to wait a little bit longer. Sam Slocum has a small injury in the calf that we think will only take a few days, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks maximum for him to be back, and he's able to do plenty of conditioning. So, of course, with pre-season, it's quite normal that you can pick up some injuries, but the alternative is to not work really hard, and that's never going to be an option for us. So the guys working extremely hard, and we have picked up a few minor injuries.
Speaking of working hard, I'd imagine we'll have to do that against Stoke City on Saturday, a team of obviously very high quality. It'll be a different test and a different look and feel to this evening, obviously. What will you be looking for from the lads in that game?
Certainly for us to apply ourselves defensively, and for the players to be able to play the game without being affected by the scoreline, because there is no points for grabs, and we play in very different divisions at the moment. So I'm looking for the mental strength and the concentration and the defensive duties to be on display, and so we look forward to this one. It's a brilliant test for us.
About a week and a half into pre-season now, how would you say it's going so far?
We're happy that we're getting across the work that we want to get across. Of course, we don't like to pick up any injuries, but we are sensible enough to know that this is a reality when we're pushing the guys so hard to improve their levels and to make the changes to them physically that they need. We accept that some will break down at some point, and so far nothing too serious. And other than that, we're happy that we're getting the work into the players that we want to get into them, and try to get the information across to the new players in particular, and to remind players that have been with us where the level is and how we need to improve. So we're fairly happy. We always want more, but we're happy at the moment.
Finally, great to see the fans again after all the fantastic memories that we shared last season. 5,600 season tickets sold after the early bird and the renewal deadline. Meadow Lane's going to be rocking next season. Yeah,
I think we can't wait. There is a bond with the fans, with this group of players and this staff at the moment that is incredible, and we have a big responsibility now to try to nurture that. We need to give them the performances, the energy and the passion that they showed last season, the players. We need to give that again, and hopefully they'll enjoy the experience and come with us.